going to start looking at the cabinet of the Philco 3761. 37, most of them, I believe, had what was called a faux finish, which is pretty much a fake finish, and it's painted, or a photo finish. And hopefully you can see, I brought this outside so you can possibly see this. The really bad spots are right towards the top, and then right around the knobs themselves, where the wear, the tuning dial, and this is the volume control. But I'm going to tackle this and hopefully reproduce this with brushes or a paint technique. Can I do it? We will see. I know available. I've had several subscribers tell me that they make a decal, and I've seen that decal. I've seen the video on that. I'm not very good at the little decals for that there, but let alone a one that covers the whole face. But the way I look at it is I'll attempt the faux finish with paints, and if that fails, I can always take that off and either go with veneer or come back and do the decal. So there's options. Let's look at the sides of it, which is not that bad a deal. It's in pretty good shape. There's some scratches here and there, but a lot of these, you get a lot of cracks up on the top. But this is in pretty good shape. The only real problems are these little nicks. And I've got some loose veneer here, which I can glue shooting glue up under there and clamping it. And I have been successful at patching these, but I'll look around and see if I've got any veneer that I can patch this with. These two I may need to patch. These I may be able to use what's a product called Quickwood, and it's an epoxy that you use it like wood filler, and then you stain it and create the wood grain. But I think the first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to clean both the front and the back with some Gojo. And here's something I advise my local antique dealer is do not put stickers on these radios. As you can see, it's lifted. You can actually see where the sticker was or a piece of tape was. Anyway, but I'm going to do a good cleanup with Gojo right off the bat, and that'll get all the film and everything. That'll give me a better evaluation of it. Okay, let me show you a spot with using some hand cleaner. Using the original formula. I think this comes in pumice also, but you do not want to use pumice because it will scratch the finish. So use the original formula. So I'm going to take a little bit of it and just start cleaning. And I'm just going to stay on this one spot, and I'm going to clean it and wipe it down, and then I'm going to show you the difference here shortly, because it's hard to do holding the camera and wiping, because I'm doing the Watusi, and I'm jiggling all over when I'm doing this. So I know you went visual on that. So I'm sorry about that, but let me do this off camera for a second, and then I'll show you the results. Okay, I applied that Go Joe, and then I wiped it off, and look at that. I'll try to keep the glare off of it, but yeah, it's hard to do. Get a good. It really cleaned up good. So as you can see, this is what it looked like before. This is so I'm going to go all over it with the Gojo, and that glare is just no matter what I do, it's hard to get it without the glare. But you can see it's pretty dramatic just cleaning with Gojo. That's a good first step in a lot of applications. Just clean up. Okay, let me show you. I've done half of it. Here is the side that I have not done. There's the side that I've done. Untouched. That's just a quick cleaning. You can just see the scratches and what have you, but I'll probably end up having to sand this and using some toner lacquers on it, especially when I fix these chips, but that's not a big deal. Let me go ahead and get the other side of the cabinet. Okay, here it is after cleanup. Cleaned up fairly nice. Of course, the front, there's not a whole lot you can do for it. Could leave it like that, but I think I can do better. And I have 3 options on this, so. And I'm going to go in the order. If I fail, I can recover from it, and as the end result, have a good product. I know the decal looks really good, but I want to try my hand at reproducing this. Somebody did this in the 30s. I'd be interested to see the history and the process and the technique that was used in the 30s to do this. I don't know if you can see the finish now, but it's almost a burl, an imitation burl finish. And then here's the sides of it. So that's what it looks like after getting cleaned up. And like I said, we'll look at gluing the loose veneer on the back and repairing these chips. I think I can repair those, patch those. These two, I believe I'm going to have to actually put a patch in there. And that being the case, I may put a whole strip across here. That's another option. But if I can't, I'll do that. If I can't, just patch these two, put a veneer patch in. These, I think I can use quick wood and repair those. This is lifted veneer. Got some hide glued today. Been watching Don with Restored Old Radios use that hide glue, and I thought I would try it, so I got a bottle of it today and see what we can do with it. But that's the cabinet cleaned up, and so that's the plan, and so we're going to see where we go with that. And I'll keep you updated, and I'll show you the techniques that I use. Try to document it, good or bad, and the decisions that I'm making as I go along, the thought process. Hopefully we can all learn something from it. I know I'm learning something every day. Okay, let's look at this veneer again. This is pulling away here. So what I plan on doing is to take a little hide glue and work it up under there and then clamp this. Okay. It's also loose here, but I'm not going to do anything to this at this point. also some loose here. So I'm going to glue this part and this part and leave this one for right now. And the reason for this is if I end up patching, getting some veneer to halfway match this, I'll end up cutting into here, and there's no need gluing it if I'm going to cut it at this point in time. So I'm just going to leave that for right now and just glue these two, that this one and this one, and then we'll end up patching this one, but this right here is loose, so I'm going to repair this part. Let me put this on the tripod and we'll go from there. Okay, one of the things I'm going to have to work on, let me turn this radio down a bit. Sorry, I got the air conditioner going on down here. But if you'll notice, this veneer is sitting on top of this one, so I'm going to have to gently work it in the order of appearance. So this one needs to come up on top of that one, and this one needs to come up on top of this one a bit. And you know, you're repairing veneer, and if you accidentally break it, you accidentally make it. You break it, you know. You're going to repair it anyway. Alright, I believe that's going to go down pretty good. So let me get some hide glue. Something I'm trying for the first time. Watched Don and Restore Old Radios, and he flung a craving on me, wanting to try some of this. Instead of plastic, I'm going to use an old piece of veneer and try to work this up under here and see how this works. One good thing about this glue is it's time. You can't be in a hurry. If you want something to set a lot quicker, you better find you another product, because this is a slower process. But it's water soluble, it cleans up good, and so I'll make sure I get plenty in there. Let me do a bulldozer. Let me put that in there. There you go. It looks like a mess, but you want to make sure you get it back up in there. Back up under there, because otherwise you'll get you a bubble. No bubbles here. But yeah, that if I'm going to have to cut the veneer, there's no need gluing it down. So if I can find some decent veneer to patch it with, I'll just use a patch over here on this side. And otherwise, I was thinking that I can just replace the whole bottom. I've done checked on local veneer, and it's available in walnut. So let's make sure we've got glue in there. Looks like we do, but I want to make sure we have to work this up again. This one has to go on top of this one. And that one's already in position, so let's pick that one up a bit and see if we can't work it down. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's put us a little wax paper down. And what I'm going to do is, since we've got a rounded, I'm going to use two little blocks, so that it'll kind of fit the contour. And I'm going to end up using two clamps also. Maybe I won't bump this camera. Alright. I'll have to go find another clamp. I had anticipated only using one on each one of these. I'll have to find another clamp before I go to the other. I'll have to reposition the camera anyway. Alright. Let's let that set. few hours, and we'll look at it later. Okay. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to get this one started. It's not a very wide place here, so I need to get a hypodermic needle for this, and my other needle is filled up with Gorilla Glue. So I thought I'd give this hide glue a chance. I really don't know what's in this stuff. Hide, I get the the first impression I get is like a cow hide or a horse hide, or glue used to be made out of what, horse's hooves or something like that. Ow! That's always nice to drop stuff, but nobody ever drops stuff, do they? I do, all the time. And I don't know what it is, guys, but you get one screw of a kind, and you drop it, and it'll hit the floor, and guess what? It'll travel 20 feet across the floor under some obscure furniture and there's no way you'll look there. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And you'll sit there and you'll marvel how in the world that traveled that far and went through that little bitty crack. It was just like that one screw off of that Atwater Kent fell into my toolbox, and there was it was 1 inch wide, or 1 inch and a half long, and a ½ inch wide hole, and it fell through it into the bottom of that toolbox. That was totally crazy. Totally crazy. Alright, let's see if we can come up with some more Vax paper. Let's make sure that's going to, yeah, I think that's going to fit pretty good. I'm out of those clamps. Anybody have the answer to this question? Did these clamps come about because of remember, you used to buy them out of my comic books, be able to build those muscles, and you have the chest springs, and then your grip, you build your grip up. And were these invented first, or were those things invented first? I would tend to think these were, but don't know. Alright, we got that clamped. We'll let that sit for a while. Go clean my bottle up. That's one thing you need to do, is clean your mess up. That way you don't have to stop before you even get started the next time. Clean your bottle up. Okay, let's check our progress on this glue job. That turned out fairly nice. Fairly nice. Let's check this one. It's going to have to do a little filling there, but I think that got is pretty good. All right. I think that'll probably do it for this video. The next one will be probably either exclusively on the cabinet or a speaker reconing, cleanup, repair, reconing. And so that's going to be it for now. So this is Larry from East Tennessee. Thanks for watching.